We have U.S. Army Garrison Japan Commander Colonel Phil Gage. Sir, how are you doing today?
Hey, good morning, Sergeant Scott. How's everything up there at Yokota?
It is actually doing pretty awesome. It's my first morning show, so I'm super excited about it. But it looks like the weather's holding up for now, but it may get some rain, so fingers are crossed that it misses Yokota. I don't know how it is over at Zama. Looks like you guys are getting some showers.
Yeah, it's a little bit misting right now, but it's good. But hey, so welcome to the morning show. And I'm sorry, Sam Burns is feeling a little bit under the weather, but that's all good. We'll take care of this. There's a lot going on down here, at Camp Zama and the Army in Japan across the Kanto Plain. And, so just this last week, we celebrated 242 years of America's independence. We did a couple events here on Camp Zama and shared it with our Japanese host. And it was a really great team. So I just want to thank our MWR team and everyone who played a role in making this year's event successful. Really a special shout out to the United States Army Japan Band. And also we had the Army Band, the National Guard Band from Guam that performed during our Independence Day celebration. They really did good. They made it really special. We also had some other band members, from the JGSDF with us, and it was really good. And so that's just not it. Earlier on Monday, another shout out here up front to the warrant officers in the Army. So on Monday, we celebrated 100 years of the Warrant Officer Corps in the United States Army. And, warrant officers are known as the quiet professionals in the Army, and it was a really great event. It was a great time to mark that milestone. So I have a lot of things to talk about this morning, everything from Bonadori coming up to some other events. And so it's going to be a great time talking to you this morning.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear all this awesome stuff here at Camp Zama. And I know that our team, I didn't get to go because I was off, but I know our team went over there for their Independence Day. Yeah, and they had a blast. I saw some awesome stuff on Facebook, and it turned out to be a really awesome event. So I'm glad that you guys had a great time, and it looked like it went well, at least really on our side. So
I think we had about 10,000, 11,000 people that came out for it. The fireworks were really great, and we're looking to do some more fireworks coming up in August.
Yeah, and when coming over to Japan, I was a little upset. I was like, oh no, I can't maybe celebrate 4th of July, but it seems like they really take care of you here because this is my first summer and my first 4th of July here, and I'm super excited that I got to see fireworks. I did not expect it, so all around the Kanto Plain with all these events and festivals doing the fireworks, it was just great. So I'm glad to hear that, sir.
In Japan, isn't it?
Awesome, sir. Well, keep it right here. I will get you more music and more events from Camp Zama, but first, here's Kesha with Woman right here in Eagle 810, serving America's best. We have a very special guest here. We have U.S. Army Garrison Japan Commander Colonel Phil Gage on the phone, and he's going to be talking about some cool stuff going on over at Camp Zama. Sir, how are you doing today?
Hey, we're doing very good, and we do got lots of cool things going on starting the summertime really here.
And now I heard that there is a festival coming up. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, we do. It's actually my favorite time of year. In August is the Bonadori Festival. So we have Bonadori Festival 2018 coming up. It's scheduled for Saturday, 4 August. So everyone mark your calendars for that. And this is really, I've been here a year, and last year I got here, one of the first things that I did was experience some Japanese culture with the Bonadori Festival last year, and I was just so impressed. It was so much fun, and it was really good cultural exchange with our neighbors around here outside the installation of Camp Zama. And, and this tradition goes back really a long way, in the Japanese culture. Apparently they've been doing this custom, these dances for more than 500 years. I mean, so we're asking everyone to come out and support this open post event. You got to dance at Bonadori if you're coming. So we do offer some free dance lessons, and they begin on Thursday, 19 July. At 5:30 to 7 p.m. over at our Community Recreation Center. And I've got to give a shout-out. We have some wonderful Japanese women that have been doing Bonadori dance lessons, for years here at Camp Zama. And so a special thanks to our volunteer dance instructors, Ms. Masako Kawasaki and Ms. Toyota Akutagawa. I'm sorry about that. But anyway, your participation in the Bonadori Festival would not be possible without these ladies. So come on up, sign up for your dance lessons. And there's a couple of phone numbers you can call, but I'll just give you the easy one, which is the DSN number, 263-7556, or you can always check out our Facebook page for information on that.
Yeah, it sounds like a really good time, Bonadori. I gotta go and after our phone call, I gotta Google that Bonadori dance and see what it's all about because it looks interesting, and that's really awesome that you guys have that opportunity to actually teach some of the people around the area how to actually dance for the upcoming festival.
And so what we do is actually all the units on Camp Zama will put a team together. And we'll every team is assigned a dance. I mean, so you got to get with your unit too and get on your Bonadori dance team.
Excellent. And now you wanted to talk a little bit about pet PCS updates lately. What was that all about?
Well, so you know, this summer is a high turnover time, especially for the Army in Japan with change of station moves coming up and lots of people changing here at Camp Zama. So we at the Garrison are keeping a close eye on the pet movement problem we've had, and it's well known throughout Japan, that we've had this issue with the airlines and getting our pets back home, from Japan when you PCS move out of here. So we just wanted to give an update, to what the current state of play is from what we're tracking right now. So United Airlines is still making their one-trip only exception for military customers who want to return pets who previously flew to Japan on United, but they're no longer eligible to fly because of their change in policy. So this is through United's return home exception, the pet travel policy, and it includes any location globally serviced by United. Other species of pets previously flown may also be transported via this policy as well. So what we're telling everyone is to contact United Pet Safe to inquire about it. We appreciate everyone's patience. It's a little hard to get feedback, so we're having a hard time gauging what the community's feedback is on this, because if folks are getting out of here, we don't know how that's going for them. So we're interested in feedback if you have it. But please just refer to usfj.mil to stay updated on the latest information on the Pet PCS updates. And call United Airlines Pet Safe directly and ask them questions. And they have a phone number, 1-800-575-3335. And we'll keep an eye on that throughout the summer.
Yeah, and I'm from personal experience, I have a dog. I have Yuki. She's the fur baby in my life right now, and it's kind of one of those things too, where I try to keep as close as I can on the news and updates. So it's nice to see that we're the fight is still there. We're still trying to take care of our people, especially with the United and airline stuff that's going on recently, at least.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, so I've got two really big dogs, so I personally pay attention to this one too, as well as so many other people here in Japan.
Yeah, I feel like most of the people that I know definitely have at least an animal, so I'm glad that they're being taken care of. And lastly, at least before we go on another break, it looks like you wanted to talk about the newcomers orientation.
Well, so I think the Army in Japan does a really good job with newcomers coming on board, and we do this, and I just want to take an opportunity to talk about it for a minute. But a couple times a month, we do our newcomers orientation, and it's a time to really get oriented to living in Japan. I mean, it's not easy to PCS to Japan, and it's certainly not easy to get to Camp Zama. So sponsorship and getting information out and really learning about Japan's what's important. And so we have a session coming up. It's our second session of this month. It's on July 19th, 8 o'clock to 4 p.m. at Camp Zama Community Club. It's an all-day event, but in the morning you'll receive briefings from everyone who is anyone on Camp Zama who delivers services or touches the family or the service member in any way. And you get to have some Japanese lunch, and we provide that for free of charge. You get to have a little taste of Japan lunch. And then we do a tour in the afternoon, and on that tour we go out and show you how to use the railroad system, the Passmo cards, and all that sort of thing that really makes your life really easy in Japan if you know that stuff. So just a couple of points. To register when you come in, everyone has to process through our military personnel division. Come in, sign up for that, and we're asking if you have any children, just register with Parent Central Services, and you can get child care for that. And then for any newcomers information, we have a lot of information on our MWR webpage under newcomers information. So you can just search Camp Zama MWR. You can find their webpage and go to newcomers. There's a whole ton of information there for you.
Yeah, one of the things I can really appreciate, especially coming to Japan not too long ago, was kind of the same thing we do at Yokota with that Right Start briefing. I mean, it really, the newcomer's orientation sets you up for success.
It does, and if you don't do it, then what will happen is you'll waste a lot of time on your tour in Japan. I always tell folks to get outside the gate right away and start enjoying this wonderful country.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you could go every week and try to experience something new, and you still won't hit everything. But I think the biggest thing too with the new start or right start or newcomers orientation is the fact of the trains. You got to get used to that, as well as the driving here, and I think that really helped me out. So that was one of the most valuable things that I got from the orientation. So I would highly recommend that. But once again, sir, thank you. We have more stuff to talk about, so do not go anywhere if you're listening. And now we got more music in the meantime. I got some Gwen Stefani with Baby Don't Lie right here on Eagle 810, serving America's best. If you missed the first half an hour of the hour, do not worry. We have U.S. Army Garrison Japan Commander Colonel Phil Gage on the phone right now. Sir, how are you?
Hey, doing very well. How are you, Sir Scott?
Good. And now we've been talking about a lot of great things. We've been talking about festivals. We've been talking about newcomers orientation. We've been talking about some nice PCS updates for pets. Now, you wanted to talk a little bit about a contest coming up as well for the Army.
Well, we do, and this is just a part of a lot of great things to do this summer. And so, for our artists out there in the community, so the U.S. Army's 2018 Arts and Crafts Contest is kicking off. And it's accepting entries between now and August 13th. So the contest is designed to recognize any artistic talent and creativity for two experience levels, really the novice folks and then the more accomplished people. And there are 9 different categories that you can enter, one of your artworks, in. And there's ceramic, there's digital, fiber, glass, metal art, paintings, wood, mixed media, digital arts. There's lots of different things you could enter some sort of project or work of art that you have done. So really, if anyone's interested in getting in on that, it'd be really cool to have someone win over here. Just go to the Army's MWR webpage, armymwr.com/arts and crafts, and you can get the information for that, or you can come on over to our Arts and Crafts Center here, and they can point you in the right direction.
It seems like a really cool opportunity, especially because I know that there's always people with hidden talents, and I feel like there are people that are just so skilled at certain things, it's unbelievable. So this would be a really cool way to show off the skill, even if you're kind of getting newer, if you're newer to the craft, or if you're an accomplished craft. I like how there's two different experience levels. Yeah. That's awesome, and I know that you wanted to give some kudos to the Camp Zama Child and Youth Services team.
Well, here at Camp Zama, our Child and Youth Services is really a first-rate group of folks. I mean, a lot of folks don't realize this, but, across the Department of Defense, one of the most regulated activities and areas we have is with our Child and Youth Services, and that's for a really good reason, because our kids are so important to us and our families and our communities and everything. So this year, so our good folks at Camp Zama Child and Youth Services just really knocked their Army Higher Headquarters inspection out of the park. They scored an amazing 99% during this unannounced inspection, and it reviews compliance in several areas: fire safety, health, sanitation, nutrition, personnel management, program oversight. All of these things was just really top-notch by our CYS group, and this couldn't be possible without our management team and all our great employees out there at our Child and Youth Services. So on behalf of, the garrison here, the Camp Zama Army and Japan family, thanks for helping and making our CYS one of the best programs in the Army. And also, and since it's summertime and, we've got a big transition coming in, we really need all our parents to take advantage of all the CYS parent activities through CYS Central Services. That's your one-stop registration point. You can register for our Child Development Centers, our School Aid Center, Youth Sports, and our Skies Unlimited program. So that's our dancing, gymnastics, music, and some other things. So really, all you parents that are new to the community and the ones that have been here for a little while, just stop by in Parent Central Services and get more information. Or you can just call 263-4125, and you can get your program needs taken care of there. But really great work to CYS, and those ladies and men do a great job.
Yeah, it's a pretty awesome opportunity. Not only coming over to Japan. Now I know that not only are they looking after my pets, but I sure that once I have kids in the near future, if I ever come back, I'll definitely know that they'll be taken care of from some awesome professionals. So that's kudos. That's good, awesome on their team there that you guys have there.
Yeah, they do a great job.
Awesome, sir. And then lastly, at least for this break, you wanted to talk about an awesome day coming up on September 7th.
So what we do, we're getting into that time of year where we have, the Army always has lots of observances and lots of months that bring interest to certain items of interest across our force. And really September's another one of those big months. So we're reaching out there a little bit further and talking about Resilient Living Day 2018. And we've established this day on Friday, 7 September, so we're ways out from it. But I want to talk about it here because it's to promote for soldiers, civilians, retirees, local nationals, family members, promote a bunch of resources we have that promotes life, overcomes adversity, gain professional development skills, create a local support network, understand what it means to be a soldier for life, and all these things are there. We combined several efforts into one, so to make it kind of like a one-shot event about resiliency. And we'll include our annual Retiree Appreciation Day. We have several retirees in the community that we like to recognize and appreciate them and also provide them some information. We'll do our quarterly Resilience Seminar during this Resilient Living Day. And also we'll have our Resilience Fair, and that's where all the folks that have something to do with resiliency come, set up their tables and share information with the community. So also this month, September is also Suicide Awareness Month coming up, and that's something else that we handle during the Resiliency Living Day. We talk about that and give some tools and tips how to prevent that. And it's going to be a great day. Like I said, it's on 7 September. Mark your calendars now. That's a Friday, and then we'll do that out in September. But it's a really great way to pull all the resiliency resources in the community together at one time.
Yeah, it sounds like a really awesome opportunity, especially, kind of combining everything all in one, kind of like consolidated area.
Sure.
And even just, taking care of the people, I think, is a big one, especially when it comes to suicide prevention and substance abuse prevention and all that we kind of talk about. So, like you said, put it on your calendar. It's never too early. And I know that AFN and plenty of other outlets will definitely be covering this event when it gets closer to September. So I'm excited to cover that and make sure people get the
Sure, and that's great. We'll talk about it a little bit before, between now and then, to make sure we get the word out lots about the Resiliency Day.
Awesome, sir. Well, stick right here. We got more music in the meantime, but we still have a few more things to talk about. And right now, here's All Time Low with Good Times right here in Eagle A10, serving America's past. We have on the phone U.S. Army Garrison Japan Commander Colonel Phil Gage. Sir, how are you doing once again?
Hey, doing well. It's just enjoying it. It looks like actually it stopped raining outside, so cross your fingers, Camp Zama. We might not have any more rain today.
Yeah, that scattered thunderstorms is always good because it can totally go by the base, which is really awesome. I know that sometimes we've got lucky in the past over here in Yokota, but I know that July is pretty crazy when it comes to weather, and I know you had some hot topics to talk about.
Well, we always have a lot of hot topics at the end of our interviews here, and July is no different. So not only is the weather getting hot, we got a lot of hot topics for you. The first thing up is we do have some live music coming to our Sagamihara family housing area. You can go see that on July 14th. So coming up here, I guess that's Saturday night from 8:30 to 10:10. We'll have the Jeff Beck Meeting Band on Saturday. It'll be in the Blue Moon at Sagamihara family housing area, and they play stuff like rock, jazz, fusion guitar. It's an adult-only event, so you can enjoy beverages and that sort of thing. So we have that one at SHA. And then, if you're an introvert, this is kind of interesting. I didn't even know we did this. But we have a class to help introverts. So it's self-promotion for introverts. It's designed to help you get out of your comfort zone, get out, network, make connections. It's over at our Army Community Service Center. It's on July 27th from 9 to 10. And for information, just visit ACS, or you can give them a call, 263-4357. And also for our kids, we have Summer Camp 2018. It's here. And so it's here until August 3rd, Monday through Friday, from 5:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. You got to register with Parent Central Services, participate. But we already talked about Parent Central Services in another segment. So if the kids are looking for something to do, go out to Parent Central Services and get yourself involved in Summer Camp 2018. Just see them for information. And then finally, over on SHA, we've opened a coffee shop for our folks that live over there. It's open for business Monday through Friday from 6:30 in the morning to 11 a.m. They got coffee, they got snacks, they can do, the frou-frou coffee drinks if that's what you want. And they also have, some pastries and such to eat. So we've got other changes coming up in August, so I'll hold off on that. But we're really trying to get what the community wants over there on Sagamihara Family Housing area. So for more information, just stop by the community club there on SHA, or you can call 262-6003 if you want more information on that.
Yeah, it's really awesome to hear that there's plenty of events going on at Camp Zama, plenty of opportunities, especially I know that if I lived over at the Sagamihara Family Housing area, I would definitely be hitting up that coffee shop because
it's been a long time coming, so I'm glad we were able to get it in.
That's awesome. People can get their caffeine fix. So if you're just tuning in, just to recap everything we talked over with Colonel Phil Gage here, we talked about the Bonadori Festival 2018. It's going to be over at Camp Zama, and it's going to be scheduled for Saturday, August 4th. You can get some great dancing lessons from July 19th from 5:30 to 7 p.m. at the Camp Zama Community Recreation Center. And lessons will continue every Thursday and Tuesday, same place, same time, with the final session on Thursday, August 2nd, excuse me, just right in time for the festival. So super cool. We talked about the pet update for PCSing, that return home policy. So you got to please call 1-800-575-3335. And this is the United Airlines Pet Safe program. Ooh, excuse me, I'm getting something in my throat right now.
But some water.
I know. And then the newcomers orientation, it's going to be on Thursday, July 19th. It's going to be at 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Camp Zama Community Club. And then we had the U.S. Army Arts and Craft Contest. That's going to be over at the Arts and Craft Center on August 13th. Oh, man, you might have to take over for me, sir.
That's all good. I'll get you some coffee. So we also have live music on SHA. We have self-promotion for introverts on 27th July. Summer camp's going on, so get over to Central Services and register for that. And then we'll get Sergeant Scott some coffee at our new coffee shop on SHA and get your throat back working for you. And then way out in September, don't forget Resiliency Living Day on 7 September.
Awesome, sir. Yes, thank you. I got my water. Thanks for taking over. And I think that's the good and bad thing about live radio. You never know when something's going to get a horse in your throat. So I appreciate once again talking about all the events and all the awesome stuff going over at Camp Zama.
Yeah, and as we wrap up, I really appreciate you guys doing these interviews. Just an opportunity to talk to the community, and I always like that. But this week is marked a week of change for U.S. Army Garrison Japan, and so we have Command Sergeant Major Will Holland actually relinquished responsibility of his position yesterday. He's moving back to the States. So I just want to take an opportunity to talk about him. He was a tremendous force for the garrison. He was an incredible Command Sergeant Major. His wife, Wendy, and son, Logan, they were a great team and partner to the community. And we're just really going to miss him. So we wish him all the luck in the world. He's going to head back and do, a higher job up back in D.C. And so, we wish him well. Safe travels to Sergeant Major Will Holland and his family as he goes back to the States. And I would be remiss, if I didn't say, hey, listen, living in Japan is a great thing, and it's a great assignment over here. And we just ask everyone just to remember that everyone's an ambassador, to stay safe, do the right thing, and get out and enjoy Japan. And if you ever need information on anything, it's easiest to find the Garrison on our Facebook page, just www.facebook.com/USAGJ. You can stay up with us, get any information you need there, and that's kind of that. So there you have it, Sergeant Scott.
Awesome. And, sir, thanks once again for talking about all the events. And he will be missed, the Command Sergeant Major. So in honor of him, I know you wanted to play a song for him. So we got good times.
We're trying to find some good songs, but I think we're going to reach back to Led Zeppelin. Good times, bad times. What do you think about that one?
I think that sounds like an awesome opportunity and an awesome song. Love my Led Zeppelin. So once again, thank you, sir. And I hope you have a great day.
Okay, thanks.